There is a place in Minecraft you all have been begging me to build with these magnetic blocks, and for months I've been putting it aside, saying that it's impossible. Until today, because I have handmade over 15 different mobs, every major block, and tons of houses to put on the largest terrain I've ever built, in order to build a real-life village. Completely made out of paper and these tiny magnets, of course. Let's freaking do this. To build a functional society for these big-nosed men, the plan is to build 8 crucial things. Starting with the terrain. Using stone and grass blocks, I'm making the outline, which happens to be about 20 by 20 blocks long. That's like 400 blocks a layer, people. And filling everything in very painfully, but satisfyingly. Once we have this large base plate here, it's looking pretty flat earth, so let's build and add some elevation. Over here, I placed blocks to make a small hill, adding some emeralds for the boys later on. And then little by little, everywhere else, I made the terrain look a lot more generated. This is massive! But for the final touches, I cut up some tall grass, placed it all around with some flowers as well. And because this is a plains biome, there are no trees here. Time to move on to the villagers. Because without people, why make a village, little bro? Now, because there are actually 14 types of villagers, each with a different job, I cut over 7 pages of parts and crafted the squad. Gosh, it's so loud! But because each of them has to contribute to society, I also crafted 13 different workstations. The armorer smelts with a blast furnace. The butcher cooks with a smoker. The cartographer maps on the cartography table. The fisherman is whipping a barrel. The Fletcher uses this weird thing. The leather worker dyes clothes in a cauldron. The librarian has a lectern. The mason has a very safe stone cutter. The cleric stays cooking with a brewing stand. The farmer has a composter. The weaponsmith is grinding with that grindstone. The shepherd makes stuff with a loom. The toolsmith has a smithing table. And finally, Jerry here has a... Wait, what? You do nothing! I guess every group of people has brokies. Honestly, all of these villagers took me 20 hours to craft with their stations. And now we have a people that need housing. Hopefully before nightfall so they don't get clapped. Yeah, we should get started soon, boys. To start off step 3, shelter. I'm gonna build 2 houses with a well in the middle. For this, I mainly use stone bricks, making it very simple. Put some water inside the hole, and honestly, that does it. The only other thing I did was take this shovel here and whack the grass to make it into a path. Once I finished whacking all of the surrounding dirt, the villagers have a nice little area to meet up. But now we're ready for the first house. As you can see, I carved a nice path over to the first area. Also editing the front terrain a little bit. And using cobblestone, white terracotta, stripped logs, where's the skin at, and oak planks, I got to building a 1-story, very quaint, and modern villager home. There's 4 support beams, a little staircase with a door to keep the ops out, a very angular roof, and inside, a bed and a crafting table. What do you guys think, guys? Here is a key to your new home. Wait, it's only for 1 person! Ugh. To fix this housing crisis, this next area will be for a villager hotel. For the first floor, I mainly used cobblestone and wooden logs for the corners. Placed a bunch of sideways logs, and the second floor consists of mostly planks. Finally, I used over 70 different blocks to make a roof, and boom, boom, boom! This Costco chicken bake is complete. If you're wondering what the insides look like, it's basically just a bunch of beds, some barrels, and that's about it. These villagers don't ask for much. Now that we have a couple cribs for the boys, which honestly look way bigger than I thought, the next issue we need to fix is food. So let me shovel down another path and let's get farming. By using oak logs, I put together the perimeter, then placed some farmland for each side and flooding with water in the middle. Finally, I sacrificed my happiness and made 6 wheat and 6 carrots. Boom, baby! Once we get a composter on there, our farmer is now employed and ready for hard labor. Don't worry, guys, he loves it. The farm honestly looks really good, and I even added some animals around to give it plus 100 aura. But now that food is no longer an issue, what is the point of life if all you do is sleep and eat? We need religion. Thank you, my librarian friend. Now, believe it or not, in Minecraft, the villages genuinely have a church. Yeah, this cobblestone thing right here. And unfortunately, I made over 300 cobblestone for this one. Let's get it. To start off, the base of this place is kind of weird. The first floor has some windows here and there. The second floor is more like a watchtower, and the brim is built like a castle. Hey, this came out pretty fire. All right, gentlemen, it's time to go to church with the boys every every Sunday. Wow, this thing is freaking massive. The overall shape is pretty cool once it's all put together. And now the cleric and the librarian have a place for knowledge. Where's my Lamborghini? But seriously, combined with all the other buildings, things are really coming to life. Except for the job market, because we have nowhere to trade, which is why step 6 is the marketplace. Now, because there's some extra space around and all of these villagers with cool blocks, I placed a bunch of the little market tents, and now we're cooking. Each one of them has a different wool color. The base is made from oak logs and planks, and by placing these special blocks in front, it looks solid. Now let's grab some emeralds from the vault and flood the economy. Free non-inflation money for everyone, except for Jerry. Bro still has no job. Honestly, I think I should have taken an economy class before this, but it's whatever. Now, while this village is great and all, these little sausages are weak. Any zombie could just come in here and start grittying all over the place. No, no, no! So the next major building will help keep these villagers strong. And I'm talking about a blacksmith. Using more cobblestone, planks, and logs. Have you heard that before? I assembled the bottom out of cobblestone, built up the wooden walls, placed an oak door, got a whole furnace area with lava, and finally I placed oak log pillars, laid down a cobblestone roof, built a pointy wooden roof, and used stone slabs to outline the top. Absolute W's, my slimes. After adding some little finishing details like a chimney and a grindstone with the blacksmith himself, I think this came out amazing. If you notice, there's even some upside down stairs connecting the roof. What a top G build. There's just something about blacksmiths that give me such good memories. Probably because there's a chest with loot inside. But anyways, now the villagers can make some tools, armor, and eventually even craft their own protectors. By connecting 4 iron blocks, a carved pumpkin, and a snap of my fingers, we now have iron golems. These guys are literally iron men. What a flying dub. If you look closely, I also made it so they can move their arms as well. They basically just walk around the village looking for ops and absolutely knock them out of existence. However, now that the village is protected with people, housing, food, church, and much more, step 8 is called drip or drown. To finish this village, I crafted a bunch of special blocks and placed them all around. We have hay bales, pumpkins, mobs to make the land lively, lanterns for light, and finally, to finish the birth of a new nation, we will need one final thing: a president. But wait a minute, if everyone here has jobs, then who is gonna serve the people? Was this all for nothing? Jerry! God did. With Jerry Village now officially complete, it is now under peaceful rule and looks absolutely stunning. Jerry commands you all to like and subscribe. Peace!